What's happening, guys, and welcome to F1 Fresh. Valtteri Bottas has been a part of the Mercedes team for a long time, and now that he's left them, he has a few things to say. In this video, we're taking a look at why Valtteri Bottas exposed Lewis Hamilton and the Mercedes F1 team. But before we get started, be sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our future videos. Number 8. Years of success.
Hey guys, first time we're catching up with Lewis for a while, so we've been given some questions. Let's see how they are.
If you've been following the news regarding Formula 1 recently, you might have heard that Valtteri Bottas has finally left Mercedes. This move came after a long run of successes that he had with the team. If you didn't know, Bottas first joined the Mercedes racing team in 2017, and since then, he, along with his teammate, has won 5 consecutive constructor championships. That's a big deal no matter how you look at it. During that time, he never displayed any animosity towards the team or even Lewis Hamilton, his teammate, and that is one thing you must remember about his character. When someone leaves a workplace, they usually reveal some things about culture that was present there, and that was exactly what Bottas did after leaving Mercedes.
So Lewis, what did you get up to over the winter?
A long time negotiating contract.
Number 7. Beginning of tensions.
Of training, to be fit to drive F1 car and to be performing at your best level.
One of the biggest revelations that came after he left Mercedes was the fact that at one point in his career, he considered retiring from Formula 1 entirely. This wasn't due to him getting old or tired of racing. No, it was mainly due to a decision that was being taken by Mercedes that didn't sit right with him. You see, in the game of Formula 1, some drivers on different teams develop a sort of rivalry between them, much like the one that exists between Ronaldo and Messi in football. In this case, the battling drivers as teammates are forced into helping them in their rivalry instead of doing what's best for their career. Something similarly happened with Bottas, which is why he was thinking along those lines. At one point, he was forced by Mercedes to let Lewis Hamilton win, and before that, Bottas was actually ahead in the race. And this is one theme that was present in the team since the moment he joined them.
I'm sure even without F1 I'd be doing training, obviously. Now I do training because I have a goal.
Number 6. Compliment to Lewis.
I didn't have to do contracts luckily, but I was quite a bit in Finland enjoying winter sports and some good training. And
back in 2017, Mercedes took the step of getting a new member for their team and they picked Bottas. In hindsight, this was a great decision on their part, and it was for Bottas as well, but not as much as it could have been. You see, the main reason that Bottas was hired by Mercedes was to be a compliment to Lewis Hamilton. So in essence, from day one, Bottas was the number 2 in his own team. While being a compliment doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be the number 2 person, that was in fact the case with Bottas, and the reason was that even at that time, Lewis Hamilton had a greater number of accolades than Bottas. This then leads us into the next big problem that was present in his team, which he has spoken about. Number 5. Subconscious hierarchy.
They look amazing.
go to Finland.
The craziest thing that happened to you last season?
If you saw any of his interviews while he was a part of the Mercedes team, you wouldn't have spotted anything wrong with Bottas. That's because at the time, not even he realized how he was stuck being the second fiddle to Lewis Hamilton. After he left them, he spoke in interviews about his situation and said that there was a subconscious hierarchy at Mercedes. This means that without even trying to, the team had been holding him back, and when it came time for someone to shine on the team, more often than not, it was Lewis Hamilton. This can also be judged by the simple fact that more people in the world know Lewis Hamilton's name while not being aware of Bottas' existence. This isn't just some anecdotal saying, it was actually said by Valtteri Bottas himself. Number 4. Not being recognized.
I think it must be linked to COVID and the first lockdown last year. I think that was kind of the craziest thing that we were in Melbourne and
one of the main issues with being the number 2 guy on your team is that you don't get the fame and recognition of the number 1 guy. Bottas has revealed that this is exactly what happened with him as well, and there came a moment that he wasn't even recognized by fans of the game. He told the story in a joking manner to his friend, who is since related to the world. Bottas said that while he was arriving at an event, he was surrounded by fans of Formula 1. He said that they were intrigued by his attire as he was wearing the Mercedes outfit at the time. This led to the fans asking him who he was, and since Bottas didn't want to reveal his identity to complete strangers, he just said that he worked on the team. The fans were completely oblivious of who he was, and that was when they proceeded to ask him about the upcoming race. Bottas must have grown a bit tired of not being recognized after years of racing alongside Lewis, which is why at one point he cheekily said that he hoped Lewis's teammate won in the upcoming game. He was, of course, referring to himself, and interestingly and coincidentally, that's exactly what ended up happening in the next race Bottas was a part of. Number 3. Looking back positively. While he may have said a few things that might rub fans the wrong way, he has overall been very positive about his time on the team. He has alluded to the fact that whenever he looks back on his time with Mercedes, he chooses to look at all the positive moments. And it's not like he had been hurriedly forced off the team as well. In fact, when he left the team, he was given a guard of honor by the members of the team, which is a huge honor for any player, no matter the sport. And aside from the guard of honor, his teammate has also said some wonderful things about him, which might have brought him more joy. So let's talk about what Lewis had to say about Bottas and his departure from the team. Number 2. Lewis's thoughts on Bottas. While Lewis Hamilton might have overshadowed Valtteri Bottas for most of his racing career, he did heap a lot of praise on him when it was announced that he would be leaving Mercedes. Lewis publicly said that Bottas was one of the best teammates a guy could ask for. One of the best things he said about Bottas is that while his speed and performance on the track was good, as a human being, he was even better. This seems to indicate that no matter what the subconscious feelings might have been, the two of them did have a good time racing alongside one another. Now, Bottas has joined the ranks of Alfa Romeo, and that has brought with it a new teammate. Number 1. New team and teammate. When Bottas left Mercedes, he joined the ranks of Alfa Romeo. There, he'll get a chance to make a name for himself, and this time, he's going to be the number 1 guy on the team. He is joined by Guan Yu Zhou, who's going to be supporting Bottas through everything. One of the main reasons why Alfa Romeo got Bottas was so that he could lead them to new heights with the skills that he had procured from his old team. Seeing that he has won multiple championships with Mercedes, there's a high chance that Bottas repeats this with Alfa Romeo as well. So these were some of the details about why Bottas exposed Lewis Hamilton and his team. There were a lot of things said after his departure, but he did get to learn a lot while being with Mercedes. This brings us to the end of our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. And if you enjoyed the content, then do let us know by leaving a like. Until next time, take care and goodbye.